is
Good morning, Kindred, and good night. Welcome to Vegas by Night. Mayday Roleplays Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, and welcome back into our little Elysium. And I hope that you're ready for the worst remake of Ocean's 11 you've ever seen in your entire life. If you're not familiar with Season 1 of Vegas by Night, don't fear. You can still check it out on Spotify, Twitch VOD, and our YouTube channel as of right now. If you're wondering how you can get more Mayday in our life, in your life, you can catch our stream here every other Saturday for our main show, and you can follow us everywhere else. The main thing is you can donate to us on Patreon and join our Patreon Discord. On our Discord, we run one-shots for you. Our patrons run one-shots for each other, and we all get together to discuss some of the great games that we put together every week. We'd like to give a shout-out as well to our handler-level Patreon contributors. It's because of their involvement in our content that we get to do all of these huge things that we plan on doing. So a special thanks to Advance Wars Sammy, Bimblewart, Brandon C, Cameron S, Jonathan M, Kirby's Double, Matthew J, Moira, OG Pan, REV, Ren, and Tony D. We are so proud to announce that we also have a new published writer and contributor in the TTRPG space among us. Vince recently had the opportunity to write for Delta Green's latest release, Dead Drops, and is featured in its release. If you get the chance, please check it out and see his hard work. And I'd also like to announce that Vince will be coming back to us during our next release of Vampires in 2 weeks from now. After some personal reshuffling, he's coming back to us, thank God, and we're very happy to have him. He'll be just in time to do some crazy shit with us. Other than that, we want to shoot a big congratulations over to the finale of Doomed to Repeat and the ending series finale of our beautiful Orpheus gang, where we said goodbye to the gayest ghosts we've ever met for the final time. If you haven't seen them already, please check them out. They're available on VOD now, but before we get started today, I just want to remind everyone that Vampire the Masquerade can be a dark setting, and as such, there are content warnings for any watching. Please be advised that there may be violent themes, plenty of adult language, and the exploration of darker subjects. Please take care of yourself and be aware. I don't have any exact triggers for this session, but I will in 2 weeks. We'll talk then. Let's get started. Humanity was cursed. And in that curse, some Gangrel still craved civilization, compared to the wilds at their thresholds. The ancient Greeks brought about a split in the bloodlines of the most feral tribal clan of our kind, dividing what was once our most unified pack into a new sect, one likened to the coyote, able to interweave itself in and out of the natural and concrete worlds as easily as it tread ground. Their interwoven lives with the mortals meant that their bestial selves were commonly kept at bay. But beneath the veneer of patient control, that wild death still brimmed with untamed malice. The lone, stalking gangrel of the countrysides would grow to resent their skyscraping cousins for their presence as wolves in sheep's clothings. But few saw the streets of Constantinople bleed like the dogs at mortal sides. Civil wars are petty and unfounded when we are all brothers under my curse, and all while so much more is coming your way. Humanity was cursed, but we still set boundary lines. We will divvy up the wins and losses, draw with sticks in the sand where yours ends and mine begins. We will live forever fighting over dirt. We will live forever fighting over blood. We will live forever fighting over words. We will kill our darlings. Welcome to Vegas by Night. Perfect. Welcome back, everyone, for another little life in Vegas. We have Burrows back with us after the harrowing duel last week. And
There was a lot
thankfully,
of hair involved, yes.
so much hair, so much grease. And thankfully, we're going to get started with some beautiful transgressions against Fremont Street. But before we get to all of that, let's introduce our cast. My name is Caleb James Miller. I'm going to be your storyteller tonight.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I play Jackie Santana.
Hi, I'm Eli. I play Niles Ames.
Hey, I'm Lev. I play Mel.
What's up, gang? I'm Sergio, and I play Burrows.
Hello, my name is Zach, and I play Sybil.
Perfect. With that, we have a recap from Sybil this week.
Oh, okay. CEO/COO log, Chapter 5, Session 6. The coterie is fully incensed. The focus I've seen from our group these past few days is impressive, to say the least. A little concerning how much it costs to get there, but fuel is fuel, and we are at my favorite part of the planning. I'll start with everyone else. So Mal is 19 Earth years old, but they spent most of their time going on a date with Bride, kikiing in a graveyard, I heard. However it went, they came back a little bit more evanescence-y than they were. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I know that it was a lot. So,
Wake me up, baby.
fingers crossed. Do we actually have to meet Bride as a coterie? Do we have to ask them what their intentions are with Mel? I don't know, and I'm afraid to ask because then it becomes my job. So on to Jackie. Jackie just hung out with us a lot of the time. They live in the basement now. I don't know. I like Jackie. She's very weird, and I think I don't need to add to the intensity of what's going on over there. So the fear that I'm getting from Jackie, I'm gonna interpret as respect. And if we do double-cross the Camarilla the way that I'm pretty sure we're going to, it'll be nice to have them around, basement or not. Niles went off to meet with Hugh, I think is his name, and is officially out of my bed, which is a logical decision because they don't need to be in my bed. So if they're not, they don't need to be there, why would they stay there? and I've been looking to redecorate, so it's actually a very good thing that they got out when they did, because otherwise it would be a problem. So we can start redecorating now, give that to Felix later. I owe Felix a one-on-one this week. I gave them kind of a task, but we'll get to that. Niles also had the good idea of telling us to go see Sylvie in their nest to get a target off of their back, which then gets a target off of ours. If we clear out the silver dollar for the Anarchs / Gangrel, then that's one less thing to worry about. Which you would think would be a good networking activity, right? Sort of a way to connect the Gangrels together. That's wrong. Sylvester's a little bitch, which makes that basically impossible. He accused me of being domesticated, which is a joke, because honestly, and the root word of domesticated, coming from domesticate, a French word, a Latin word actually, domesticus, which relates to a house. So he's really just saying I have a house, which I treat as a compliment, because I guess it's cool for Gangrels not to. Dirt is not a brand, as much as Budweiser makes you want to think so. So, and since it seems like people are confused, I am a Gangrel. I'm earthy. I'm natural. I'm nature-ish. I've been on a hike, okay? Because I like things to be clean, and I like things to have an outline, and to have Arial or Calibri font, you know, 0.12. That doesn't mean that I don't have my ear to the streets. And if one of the most ruthless and calculating people I've ever met in my life, Teresa, one day R.I.P., can see something in me, then it doesn't matter what some crusty Gangrel thinks. Sylvester doesn't know what he's talking about, and I'm plenty Gangrel. More importantly, I need him to get to the silver dollar, because it's flooded with Ventru money and Ventru paranoia. So, I don't know how we're going to handle that. but I assume I'm the most capable person for the job because I've never met another Gangrel before. So I'm the best one I've ever met. I hope that Sylvie and Lucius, the Gangrel that owns the Silver Dollar, are giving us the same advantage that Ngen has always needed, and that's that they don't think we can do shit. But I've seen this group, and our particular methods, as long as it doesn't kill us, we're going to get thrown into the right place at the right time, over and over again. It's how we got our Silver Dollar recon, it's how we got the club, and how I got the carry-on house in the first place, and it's how I'm going to make Teresa know the girl who crawled out of that parking lot that night will be the same one waiting for her when she's back from Seattle, which all of Washington is a Masquerade violation now. I know what that movie has done. So, I think we have this in hand. After a few things. We need to go to Elysium and play nice. And, actually, Siri, schedule a meeting with Felix tomorrow at 12. Because he told me that he could open a club in 2 weeks with 20 grand, and I'm thrilled that he told me that, but I think he can use a lunch and learn. Just to make sure. Yeah, that's it.
Nothing to prove you're not too civilized, like explaining the root word. Good stuff.
Etymology is of the people. Thank you.
Absolutely. You came off very of the earth there. Beautiful. Thank you, Sybil. Could I hear from anyone that would like to declare any major changes to your sheets? If you would not like to declare them now, you can reveal them at a very dramatic moment later.
I made a change, but I'm not telling you.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, I told you. I'm not telling the royal you. You had to know. I asked you 2 minutes before we started this stream. But everyone else!
You hate our audience and you don't want them.
No, I want to be dramatic. Caleb!
Okay, so you basically hate everyone who listens to the show.
That is
Theater
exactly
major.
what I said.
No, it's just the theater
wow.
major.
That's so true.
Okay, rude, but true. We know who we are.
Listen, it is the same night as the casino recon, following all of the information that we have learned of the Silver Dollar. The recon was successful enough that you all learned a string of highly montaged information that in a very Ocean's 11 appearing in 6 tabs on the camera frame way, we discovered many different things when it pertained to heisting over the Silver Dollar Casino in North Vegas. Following that reconnaissance, the 4 of you headed back to Club Canaan to discuss what was left over. And you come back to find that posted up at the bar there, probably with some very greasy food, if we know him well enough, is a returned Burrows, seemingly from out of nowhere. In that same Ravnos way, he is come and gone and came back again, however and whenever he likes. But the group of you have returned back to Club Canaan once more with this newfound information and the return of your favorite Elvis impersonator in the center of the bar.
Well, hey, kids. How's it going?
Going.
How are you, Burrows?
I'm good. I just got something to eat. Anybody got the ability to eat?
Above table questions, Sergio. That's Sergio. Caleb. Wrong game. If you have iron gullet, can you eat, or do you have to have that specific thing to eat food?
I believe there's a dot of iron gullet that allows you to eat, but let's look
It's
that
mostly
up.
for blood, right?
It's mostly
Yeah.
for blood.
Yeah, no.
You can feed cold, rancid blood or fractionated plasma.
Yeah, so it's more so that you can eat dead blood, dying blood, gross blood, and less so that you can eat food.
Yeah, I don't have blood. I just have curry.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
So
sorry.
the reason why Burrows can eat food is because he's actually betraying a myth that is true of vampirism. He has a version of the curse that defies what you all have, essentially, so that he can eat peanut butter.
Very
Or
important.
curry. I'll pass on
or
that.
curry.
It was worth whatever the XP I burnt.
I was gonna say, if there's some O-negative plasma in that curry, yes, but if
Yeah,
not, I'm
unfortunately
sorry.
not.
Damn.
Listen, I'm sorry I couldn't follow you. You know how passionate I am about this idea of ours. I'd be curious to find out what you learned.
Actually, we learned quite a bit.
Is it going to be hard or is it going to be impossible?
Impossible. Prepare for impossible.
It's
not the worst odds we've had,
impossible
though.
now, but with the correct planning and a lot of prep, there is from impossible to slightly possible.
All right, well, I realize I'm trying to add a little bit of a wrinkle to this whole thing, me trying to attach the Hikata to it to get them in trouble. So I understand if that's not going to work out, but I'm going to try. But I think maybe the more important thing is we got to come up with a real good alibi. We're doing something that night. We're somewhere that somebody sees us that can kind of guarantee that we're not attached to it.
Well, how are we supposed to be in two places at the same time?
Ooh, well, that's why I have 6 beautiful minds in front of me, or 4. How many there are?
The dog is here.
The very decrepit German Shepherd
Rufus
in
just
the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Did we feed? When did we last
Well,
feed him?
He's
Technically,
Burrows, give him some of your curry before he fucking dies.
Yeah, I'll drop some into his bowl.
well, technically,
The awful sound of old 16-year-old German Shepherd, no tooth, sloppy curry eating happens in the back of this.
Oh, he's gonna have the
Tactical
shits in him in a
meeting.
little bit.
oh,
That's
you're
awful.
cleaning that up.
I'm not in charge
Listen,
of that.
okay, so the thing is if we have to be doing the crime, we need somebody who will basically vouch for us.
Technically, what we could do is we could be seen, but just at least for a moment. But that doesn't mean we have to be at that location. We'll be elsewhere, and we are in Sybil.
No, I was gonna. We should do it the night we open Club Canaan.
I mean, I like that cover for sure, but we need to talk to a kindred that is willing to put their neck out on the line for us and admit or tell whoever asks them, yeah, they were with me or whatever.
I mean, we got the boons.
From who?
I don't know if that's what we want to use it on. Bugsy. I don't know if that's what we want to use it on. If it's worth it.
I mean, I don't know if we can do the heist without it.
That's fair.
Sir.
We also don't have to be the ones necessarily starting the problem as long as we're there to clear out the vault, right? Like if someone else could, I think there's evidence of using the Second Inquisition to do these sorts of things and it going very badly. It usually blows up in our face, but the Cam's done it before.
Could you explain for me what you mean? How would we use the Second Inquisition?
It's like,
Have them come in and raid the place or something?
Exactly. Or maybe it doesn't have to be the actual Inquisition, it could just be people that look like them.
Like a play? Like you want to set up a play?
Like a play, but a little bit more immersive, with real bullets and
Sleep no
real
more.
fire.
Oh.
A LARP, if you will.
That's right.
Hmm.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind a little chaos, especially if it's happening up on the casino floor, but we'd have to get down into the vault and then get out while all the chaos is happening. thing. So
Well, we have to go up and then down because we can only get in the elevator from the 3rd floor, and then we have to go down from there.
damn.
So we gotta hit up and down. Also, not all of us have to be at the heist, I feel like. If we want to
No,
have, like,
no.
1 or 2 of us here opening the club and just saying the rest of us are working.
I mean, I hate to not be there and help out, but I gotta be honest, you guys have a lot more special magical powers than I do. Just have a winning smile.
I mean, that's saved our ass on more than one occasion.
Ventrue like that sort of thing.
Do you have? Actually, we could. What if Burrows, because this is an opening night, decides to do a special performance? Therefore, at least he'll give an alibi. And it's
A special performance at the Silver Dollar?
not
No,
Silver
Canaan.
Dollar,
Oh.
they call it
Canaan.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not
Build your whole stage and
saying.
everything.
I'm just saying there is a lot of, probably you have a lot of fans within.
Why would I have fans? Nobody knows who I am.
Right.
So listen, the other thing is, I actually like this idea because then I'm not there, the most obvious person who hates the Hecata wants to see their entire legacy burn.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
I don't know. I feel bad not being able to help y'all. I mean, here's my thing. If I want to try to pin it on the Hecata, the only way I can think it's going to work is I got to leave a Hecata goon in the vault for it to be obvious that it was one of them. And he'd probably have to be dead,
Mhm.
shoot him up a couple times. But I don't know if I can ask that burden of you all to bring in a dead body.
And we don't necessarily need a body per se. You can, if there's any kind of calling card of the Hecata.
Do you know a calling card of the Hecata?
I'm asking you. Like, do they
I
have a
don't.
ring?
That's the thing. Is we got to
Sure,
figure that out.
Blood magic.
Yes.
Blood magic, right? Can any of us do blood magic? You can, Jackie, right?
Jackie
Yes, I
can.
can.
It doesn't have to be successful. It has to look like it was.
Is that so? There's like blood magic vapors in the air, so when somebody comes in to test to see if any magic's been done, they can tell it's blood magic.
Like paint a fucking sigil on the wall or something.
You could just, I was gonna say, if anything, I can give you like images of fake, but well, I could give you just what a ritual symbol is, but unless you actually know the process, it's just finger painting with blood.
Which is why they'll fail. And why they'll be dead. Isn't there someone else we can use?
I mean, we got a whole town we can use. We just got to figure out who's willing to do this crazy favor for us.
Does he have to be willing?
I do feel like Bugsy's the closest we have to a friend, but it's a hell of a thing to ask of him.
A little too. Is there someone that that even owes you guys? Is there someone that's
The person I immediately think of, this guy named Jude I met, he's kind of already helped me a little bit, kind of saved my life, but I don't know.
who's Jude?
Jude, he's a guy that works for Caleb. What's the head of
Ellis.
the Anarch? Ellis. He works for Ellis. He said he helped me open up the Midnight Gospel.
You'd know he's also technically a baron.
Okay, yeah, Baron. That's a big deal.
Interesting.
He seems the most interested in helping me out. I mean, I don't quite got his read yet, but he's about the most powerful person I know.
Well, Mal,
Yo.
would Bride help us out?
No.
No.
Oh, God.
She's just so deep in the Camarilla, as crazy as she is.
She's not. She's like in everyone's. Oh, John, I didn't tell you. I had a date with Bride.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the heist. Let me hear how this went.
Mal is a groom. Mal's a groom now.
I think I did really bad. She looked really pretty and like ready to go to a club, and I took her to a graveyard. So, and then I
that
tried
is
to
on
give
brand
her
for
like,
you, but
yeah,
she
no,
didn't like
I know, I don't think so. I was like, hey, let's look at the stars. Here's some like cool blood that Sybil got for me, and she couldn't drink it, so we just sat outside for a couple hours.
yeah. Well,
I couldn't even
mean,
call a taxi. It was bad. It was really bad, and I think
if
and I
your
think the fact that
intention
we're
was-
opening a club and she's got a club she might take that as a slight too. I think I'm really fucked, you guys.
So basically, we damage control that we got to get a bride to do, correct?
I don't think she'll do anything like
No,
that.
no. You.
Oh, that's a me
You.
problem. That I'm not gonna put my messy shit on you guys. That's my
No.
problem.
I was just
How could we use it to our advantage?
You could cut her into the club.
She does not need to be. She has clubs in different states.
Yeah, that's true.
She doesn't need our rinky-dink little club unless we have
No.
something to offer her. I don't
No.
think she needs
I'm gonna look
us.
pointedly at you, technically.
Look, all right, hold on. As shitty as the date went, which I think is really half your intention anyway, let's be honest. I don't think you're that intentional to be Brad's best girlfriend or whatever.
I mean, no, but
Okay.
I have
anyway-
a vested interest in her. Okay, yeah, continue.
All I'm saying is, maybe we could offer them like a. I don't know where I'm going with this, honestly.
No.
Like, I guess we have like, she doesn't need it. Like I was gonna be like, we have places you can hide shit. She has a whole club that she's in charge of. She doesn't need anywhere to hide shit.
doesn't.
You said she's not that much of a Camarilla. What do you mean by that? Is she just kind of?
She's just kind of in everything. Like,
So what's
like
the
she-
chances that she wouldn't mind getting a cut and all of our favors if she agreed to be the person that said, "Hey, I was with these folks on that night"?
Or what if you did a second date to recover at opening with bride? Since, you could take
That
her
could
to
be
a
part of
club
it.
this time.
It's actually very good that the date was bad, because cutting her into the club is something she doesn't need, but you've also already given her like 2 things she didn't need.
But do we want Bride in our business moving forward
No,
after
No,
Absolutely
no,
not.
I just meant like as a second date, as a makeup.
I know,
as
but
a distract.
Exactly.
What
but
I'm
how
saying
am I
is making
supposed to be
her
at the heist? Oh, sorry, go.
no, I'm just saying making her our alibi means that she gets into our business.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It goes
And
to show you how
also-
desperate I am. Yeah, I know.
And if we need
We're
me
sh-
at the
we're
heist,
spitballing
I
ideas,
can't
guys.
be I can't stand her up on a date at our club and then. And no offense, but I think I'm more useful at the heist than anywhere.
That's probably true.
But I mean, if we find a way, look. I'm already quote unquote in bed with her, so like, what's one more thing?
I have a feeling. You know who would be really down for chaos? And sometimes likes me occasionally? Slow?
Slow.
Last slow.
We all struggle to remember who Slow is.
Slow is the actually above the table. Slow is the person in charge of the circulatory system.
Slow is-
Toreador freak.
Primogen,
Yeah.
The
David
painter.
Bowie looking model,
Got it.
Yeah.
bizarre dresser, painter. He thought
Interesting.
Burrows was pretty. He pressed his little cheeks at Elysium.
Interesting.
He's a proper freak, and honestly, if we tell him everything, if we don't tell him everything, I think he'll be entertained at least, and is very Camarilla.
But so we're
Interesting.
taking stuff from Cam is the thing.
That's the thing.
So
We
won't
need
he be pissed?
Honestly, I don't think he will be, because something about the way that he speaks to me makes me think that he wants me to cause trouble. But I
Oh.
don't. I can't.
Interesting.
Man, I want to
It's-
meet someone like that. Shit.
Wait,
But-
wait. Is he looking? Wait. Is he looking to move up in the Ivory
No.
Tower? Is that what it is?
He's about as up as he wants to be.
Gotcha.
We can't really do anything for him other than entertain him, and this would be entertaining.
Interesting.
Okay, so it's entertaining for him, but there's got to be some realistic incentive for him to go through with it because it's putting his neck out on the line. At the very least, we'd all have to, commit to help him in some serious way.
I think I can figure that out.
Well, it's about as good as lead as any. I mean, I don't want to double down on Jude and have even more that I gotta owe the man. So I don't mind spreading it out a little bit. All right, so we got an idea for an alibi.
Wait, sorry. This is a question for me because I'm not politically minded. If we're taking something from the Camarilla and we're using an Anarch as our alibi, doesn't that make it seem more like we did the thing that is against the Camarilla?
Yes. Slow is not an Anarch.
No, I'm talking about Jude.
Oh.
Yeah. All the more reason why we shouldn't use them.
Okay. No, I wasn't trying to poke holes in our plan in a shitty way like I usually am. This was a genuine way.
It's all good. Okay.
Should we try to resolve that alibi first before we start actually figuring this out?
Yeah.
Hear me out really quick before we even do that. How's it? We can just get the building plans.
We do still need to do that regardless.
We get building plans to see which, if there's ventilations, like air vents that we can go through, anything that can circumvent being seen or anything like that. I think that can at least get the ball rolling to see honestly what we're dealing with, because it's before we approach people about definitely a heist and owing anything, any favors exchange, we should actually know if actually know the layout.
We might be able to do that with Ellis. Ellis owns Fremont Street. He might have access to buildings all across his technical domain.
Would he find it suspicious that we asked for a blueprint?
Well, I mean,
no.
we're kind of
Ellis was kind of there when the silver dollar was put on the table.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So that's an ask.
It is an ask.
It's not a horrible ask.
Jackie, I can go with you because I'm pretty good with them.
Oh, I'm actually
yeah. I was supposed to take you to Silver Dollar to the Belvedere anyways, so we both can go.
Oh, excellent.
Sib, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Are Gangrel who are Gangrels in with?
Well, technically, Gangrel is an Anarch group, but there's some that are still involved in the Camarilla, and a lot of them don't like to pick a side at all.
Okay.
But the Camarilla made it very clear that they don't really like the Gangrel.
Okay.
Not too long ago.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't remember why I asked that question, but I needed to know it for some reason.
No, it clears things up. The thing we're doing for the Silver Dollar is for the Anarchs, but because we're Camarilla on paper, we have to be careful, and it's important.
And the Gangrels are basically like third party.
Third party Anarch leaning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for me and except for me.
No, but it's still, I understand, personally, I understand, Camarilla alliances, and then maybe we should definitely make a stopover, Sybil. Just to...
Yeah.
I would like to.
We could go... I need to go to Elysium anyway, but I also know if you want to go to Ellis in Fremont Street, we can do Anarch errands and Camarilla errands in one swoop, and then come back and see what we have.
Honestly, that would be good. Yeah, whichever you would prefer. Who would like to do it first?
I'm going to see Slow, and I'm going to Elysium.
I think if somebody wants to go to the Belvedere, we can...
I'd rather go to the Belvedere than poke my face in Elysium.
How about I go with, let me go with Burrows and Niles to get the plans and all that, and keep me in touch, because therefore you and Slow can get your business solved, and we link up, and then we'll go to Elysium.
That sounds good. Mal, do you want to come with me to Elysium?
I should probably show my face there at some point again. to prove I'm not causing trouble. So yeah, I'll go with you. And also, I want to meet Slow.
Say hi to
And also, at
Cisco.
some point, I need to rest because these burns are kicking my ass.
Oh.
Do we want to do this tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do that.
Okay. Actually, what time is it right now? Storyteller?
Beautiful.
I would say that there's still some daylight here. We'll say it's rounding midnight.
Oh, then I need.
Oh, we got work done early.
We got time. I thought it was.
I was gonna say, if you do want to rest for some above the table mechanical stuff, I gotta go see my human anyway. That should be quick.
Yeah, I guess I could visit Ricky. I gotta tell him some news.
I mean, I'm just gonna take over the basement in the meantime. That's. Oh, sir. Burrows. I've decided to rent the downstairs area as my office and lab.
That seems strangely appropriate.
So too. About this, I'm gonna be working. Whenever you guys are ready to head to go meet Ellis, I am going to be prepping. Burrows, I'm gonna look to you. I have something for you that I am going to be working on, but just come grab me whenever you guys are ready to go.
We'll come swoop you up. Yeah.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Before you mess with the book, will you let me know?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to see.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
If I can get it open, I will let you know. But I do intend to try to read it, but not until we can safely do it.
Yeah. Well, be careful, because last time someone opened a lock, she lost like a bunch of fingers. And I did give one of them as a present to Bride.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Fun.
remembered that. Amanda remembered that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not Jack.
I remember.
Yes.
Beautiful. It looks as though we have two plans for the following night. One team going off to Elysium, and the other going off to a different Elysium with the Barons on the other side of town. Really playing both sides of the coin this night, something we've intended since the very beginning of this coterie, and we'll be exercising it especially. But before we do that, let's exercise some demons. Sybil, let's start with you. You said you had something to attend to with your human.
Yes. I want to go find Felix because I promised I would meet up with him after the silver dollar.
Okay. So are you texting the Slack channel to find his location? Are you going back to the carry-on house? Which I wanted to clarify for our listeners, because I keep forgetting. It is the carry-on house, not the carrion house, which I keep... It's a fun little pun. Carry-on... that Zach wanted you to have, and I'm not giving it the justice it deserves. The carry-on house, are you going straight to meet up with them there? Is it a message out there? How do you declare communication?
I definitely don't want to meet them at the carry-on house because I want that space to be for other blood dolls, which means I don't want to bite anybody in there.
Okay.
So I'm going to just text them on the Slack channel and ask where they're at.
Yeah, you go into Slack and you see that their status has been changed from the little quarter emoji that they had put where they had put at the silver dollar on business. And now the status has been changed to retiring for the night and little ZZZs. But you hit that private line and the DM, and you ask for a locale. And you can tell that the messages have been slept for just about everyone else. Do not disturb for the rest of the carry-on house, for as small as your house is. But almost within a few seconds of you finishing your message, there is already a typing message on the other side of the Slack. You can see that Felix is responding to you almost immediately. They give you the location of their home. It's an address in the east side of Vegas. It seems to be an apartment complex, a one-bedroom in some small local residential far off from the strip. It is like condo property, essentially. Very corporate and gray and steel. One of those apartment complexes where the entire first floor is a gym you can see straight into. And you can see everyone who lives there and how fit and skinny and popular and rich they are. The front desk has a receptionist, but it's purely unmanned. It is a desk with a buzzer, and he is quick to buzz you in before you can even think to have to. And you're called up into the elevator to the 4th floor, where he houses his apartment at the end of the hall. It's a corner apartment, so he does have a pretty good view of the rest of Vegas, looking out towards the California side. And you are basically approaching the door, to his apartment. If you were a different beast, you might have to ask for your way inside. I have to ask, do you have Felix's keys, his room card? Do you have access to his house already, or is this the first time you're meeting up with this new Felix? How developed is this routine?
I don't think this is the first time Sybil has been here, but I do think that they do not have the keys.
Okay.
So there's a knock on the door.
It's almost like he's trying not to seem too eager in the eyes of it all. But there is an answer. And then on the other side, that same individual entering into what you can imagine is his early 40s, or just right on the cusp, with this light caramel skin, tattooed largely up the right arm, but in a very nondescript cookie cutter kind of way, in the most vanilla way that you can be tattooed. There's a blackout forearm, and there is a rose, and his mother's name, and just a series of things that you would get if you had to write down what a tattoo was on a sheet of paper. But he has this neatly trimmed beard, and his hair is tucked up under the beanie. You don't know whether the beanie is to hide maybe some early onset balding or some receding hairline, or if it is to just keep his hair tidy. But he's never been without the hat itself, and he has these cool, almost amber eyes. But he looks calm in your presence, but also overeager. It's familiar to you. It feels the same way that F did in a different way. It is the same need. It is the same requirement. He is absolutely tied in every way, in every breath, to who you are as a human being, as a creature, as a curse. And you can never quite tell if it's him or if it's what you are. But here is who you used to know, but now you know is Felix.
Hi, can I come in?
Of course, yeah, come on in. I'll get the big light off, and we can sit at my dining table. And he goes through the process of setting on 6 different lights in his dining room. It's clear that he was sleeping up until the point that you got here, and it was in a rush that he even turned his apartment on. He's turning off kitchen lights, and he's turning on appropriate room lighting, and he's setting out a place for you to sit at his dining table. It's a small but tidy and incredibly cookie-cutter apartment. Gray, fresh out of the... It's like he just bought the place furnished a week ago. But he sits you down, and he sits opposite you, and there is an uncomfortable silence with the background of Vegas out of this panned out shuttered window. The two of you are just sort of patiently eyeing each other for those first few moments, as you can hear the thrum of his heart beating like hummingbird wings beneath his chest. You can't tell if it's fear or passion or elation or all of them mixed up in some sort of slurry that you put together for him.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Why?
You're here.
I see. Well, thank you for coming by, the silver dollar. I appreciated it.
Of course. I hope you got my notes. I put together a PDF. I dropped it in the Slack channel if you saw in resources.
I did. It was very helpful. It will come in handy for what I'm trying to do next. It was extremely helpful.
Good.
Yes.
What? Never mind.
No, you can ask.
Why? What are you doing?
Trying to acquire some property.
I think that's smart. I think it could help out Carry On House. It's good to diversify.
Exactly. It's not for me to use. It's really a project I'm going on with some friends. But for your safety, you probably shouldn't go there again.
Okay, I won't. If you needed me to work a little later, I was just getting up right now, so I could be ready to go in about 15.
I'm not here for work. I'm here to uphold my part of the bargain.
Oh. Really?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah, right here, or?
We can do it here if that's fine. Is there a place that you would prefer it happens other than here?
I didn't know if it... The first time we were... I didn't know if this was a bedroom sort of thing.
It's not.
Okay.
Not if I can help it. I actually don't like... I'm not a big fan of the biting as much. As sort of distanced as it can be is ideal, but I understand that helps. So, here to help.
Well, yeah. I don't have to, bite. I just gotta drink. It gave me such a rush the last time you let me, and I have been itching for it ever since.
I want to do a better job of taking care of this position. Of taking care of you. So,
I think you've been a great employer so far. I didn't think I was going to work past retirement, but I'm enjoying the freelancing.
Good. And I appreciate the not prying. I think that's a key to this staying as healthy as possible. And as she's talking, Sybil is scooting closer. Not in like a... I think it might inherently look a little intense just because of the person that they are, but it's not hunting. She's truly trying to get more comfortable.
So I noticed, and he's kind of fitting himself too, and he's kind of inching himself over the dining table as he's getting ready sort of looming over your forearm, waiting for whatever it is that you give him access to your blood. I noticed that, like, the longer I went without you, the more I started to hurt, the more it started to go away. The wrinkles started coming back, and my knee started acting up again, and I was just wondering, I mean, that's you, right?
That's yes. Yes, that's the blood. That's how it works.
And so if I just keep drinking from you, that all goes away?
It stays away.
Forever.
As long as we keep this up. It slows things down. You don't quite age as fast, and you feel really good. And that's really great.
And so what you... And you don't have to tell me, but you do this?
I do this for you?
There's no one you answer slacks for?
Not directly. It's complicated. It's complicated. There are fish bigger than me, and I interact with them often, but it's not like this. I don't bite anybody's wrist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I keep doing this, and I keep doing everything you ask, and you and I make things happen.
Exactly. Now, is this all you want? To have your wrinkles go away and your joint pain go away?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I am dying. And I'm thinking it's the only way.
Dying because you're human? Or dying because of something else?
I think it's pretty human to die of cancer. Yeah.
I see. Sybil bites their hand and offers it to them.
Stuff saves lives. And he leans in and he drinks deep from the hand. And it's almost too much by the end of it. He's taking quite a lot from you, Sybil. But we'll say that he slakes one hunger away from you, making you hungrier. But he becomes a little stronger and a little farther away from whatever it is that's chasing him.
Okay. Then that's enough, Cameron. Thank you.
Felix. Okay. Cool. This was nice. Thank you, boss. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. You don't have to call me boss.
What should I call you? Is there a term? Master?
No. Sybil is fine.
Sybil. Is that like Felix, or is that you?
I'm trying to make it both, but it's me.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes.
Sybil. Good.
Good. This went well. This is good.
Yeah, it's great. Okay. I feel great. I'll update the Slack probably 9 in the morning tomorrow. Tomorrow's Snack Wednesday, so I will be stopping into the carry-on house about 11 a.m., getting the team fed. Do you want me to bring you anything for the night shift?
Yes, actually. And if you could, I'm missing some supplies elsewhere, so if you could bring some more, have the dolls or whatever gets donated, honestly, depending on how they feel. Just some extra. Have it ready to go.
Absolutely, sure. I'll get in contact with your connection.
Great.
She's been really handy in making all of this happen. So
Good. I'm glad.
okay. Is there anything I can get you before you leave? Some water or something?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Probably best that we don't, involve the bedroom stuff going forward. That feels clear.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure. I didn't know. Usually, I'd watch Francis Ford Coppola. It's no big deal.
Okay.
I wasn't sure.
Okay.
No, not a necessity. Not a thing I was expecting.
Okay.
I wasn't sure.
Cool. It's weird. I've been there. It's just the boss employee thing.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let me write up some guidelines. I'll include it in our workplace culture document, and I'll make sure it's updated in the HR.
Damn.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's actually very helpful. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens then. Good night. And, and they pat their shoulder and turn to leave.
Perfect. He does escort you out, and there is this weird... You can see him sort of flexing his forearms as you are leaving out, and you can see that there is this noticeable lift in his spirits, a change even just to the way that he walks as he takes you from the dining room to the door. Already you can see that your influence has changed him remarkably.
Good.
Perfect. Okay. We're going to take a short little break, and then we'll come back with Burrows. And then we'll check in with Jackie in the basement, and then we will come back to the next night with some very important Elysium check-ins. All right. We'll be right back, folks.
Ooh, thank you. That was really fun.
Perfect. Welcome back. We are moving over to Burrows into the night, as Burrows has some very important information to impart onto some very important people in Las Vegas. Burrows, where are we going?
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of cruise the familiar parts of town that I know that Ricky frequents. I'm looking for him. I got some unfortunate news to share with him.
Yeah, it takes some time to find him, but eventually you do, in an not unlikely place, but unlikely state. You find him in the back alley of a local bar, where the slots pay out higher to get them to drink more. But he's in the back, and he looks pretty strung out. You don't think on alcohol, probably on some form of amphetamine. But he's in the back with his head against the brick wall of the bar, his knees splayed out, his hands between his eyes staring up at the stars of Las Vegas, and just sort of lost in the drunken high days that takes over a lot of Las Vegas locals when there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, I'll approach and kick his chair and sitting down next to him. Well, hey there, Ricky.
Oh, shit, man. Fuck. Not you, dude. Not right now, dude.
Oh, come on, man. Listen, I want to talk to you. Why don't you come with me in the car?
Look, man, I've been doing what you want, man. I've been following those Italian fucks. And...
That's good. That's what I want to hear. I'm going to reward you for that, but I need you to come with me.
Okay, yeah.
I'll lead him out to Baby Blue, help him get into the site.
I've been feeling like shit. You gonna give me some more of that? I fucking drink of that old man blood. Fucking
Keep your fucking
red.
voice down. Hold on. I'll start driving us out. I won't go very far, probably to the next, like, quiet, dark neighborhood or, you know, construction site or something that doesn't have a lot of eyes on it.
Yeah, you find a pretty easy to find half-built, retail yard that they're going to turn into like an outlet mall that hasn't been constructed yet. They're starting on that big main building, and the security fencing has been caved in from when the last drunk driver took it out. It's pretty easy enough to drive Baby Blue into the center of this construction yard, and kind of overlooks this central pit they have going on, surrounded by these concrete squares and the foundation of this place. But it's very well secluded, and it's far off from anywhere people will go looking for the two of you. And there's a nice view of the great big full moon in the sky over the head of the two of you in the convertible.
Look, kid, I got to tell you some bad news, okay? And I need you to pay attention. So I'll kind of slap him around a little bit to make sure that he's looking at me.
Look, dude, if you're just gonna fucking kill me, can you just fucking do it?
Ricky, when have I given you the impression I'm gonna fucking kill you, man?
Every fucking time I talk to you, dude.
It's just because you're always so damn high. It's I got to get your attention. But listen, this is important.
Okay.
It's about your mama.
What?
You know those Italian fucks I've been telling you to follow?
Yeah, I've been doing it. I swear. They don't do shit. They just drive around in circles. I think they know who I am.
That's good to know, but... Well, I think they caught on to us. They took your mama. They have her. I looked into it. She's still alive, but she's in trouble. And she needs your help, man.
Okay. We gotta get her back, man.
Yes, exactly. We gotta get her back. But listen, we gotta be careful about this because they're smart sons of bitches. And if the word gets out or you get rowdy, you're gonna ruin everything.
Yeah, but you got your fucking powers, man. You got your fucking powers. And if you give me some and we go in there together, we can fuck them up, right?
You and I are on the same page, man. I'm gonna give you what you're asking for.
Okay.
But I need you to understand, she needs you to listen to me. The last time I spoke to her, the last thing she said was, Ricky needs to listen to you.
You talked to her?
Briefly. Just understand that if you want to get her, you gotta listen to what I say, okay, man? This is some serious shit that these people are involved in. I need you at the top of your game, and that's why I've agreed, and I'll kind of put out my forearm.
Yeah, okay, man. Yeah. Okay, what do I gotta do? You just... Fuck, man. What do I gotta do?
First, let's get your focus in gear, all right?
And my fucking mom, dude.
I'll just kind of push through it. I'll cut open my forearm, and I'll say, drink slow, drink slow.
He disobeys almost immediately and drinks deep and ravenously and takes as much as he can. You almost have to pull him free.
I mean, it is a blood potency of 2 now, so I'm curious if it's even better than the first time.
It's better than anything he took before this.
Yeah. I'll eventually yank him off. I'll let him kind of come down from what I assume is a new kind of high.
And it is a melancholic high. It's good, but it's awful. He's crying and blubbering and sort of curdled into the bottom of your passenger seat in this fetal ball and is just sobbing for the first few minutes.
Eventually, I don't think Burrows can handle it, because I think he's doing everything he can to suppress the grief. And so I think he kind of angrily grabs him and kind of puts him back up in the seat. And it's like, listen, man, focus.
I'm fucking trying, man.
All right, listen. We're going to go for a big job here.
Okay.
We're trying to blow over the Silver Dollar. You know that place?
Yeah, that shitty fucking casino off Fremont, yeah.
Yes, exactly. I might have you help me, but what I really need you to do is to keep your tabs on these fucking Puttanescas, okay? I know that they probably know you, so stop following them. Start asking people. I introduced you to my man Jude, right?
Yeah. He's
Talk
been
to
talking
Jude.
to me.
Tell him that whatever you need that has to do with the Puttanescas, you're in. Get yourself involved. Learn about what they're doing. This is a long-term game, okay? We're not going to see Mama for a little while, because we got to get to these people, and they are high up. They are connected, okay?
Okay.
This is a long game, but we're going to get her.
Fuck yeah. Okay, so I talk to Jude, and I find out what the Puttanescas are doing, and I follow that.
Yes. We need to know what their business is, how they make their money, because that's how we hit them, okay?
And that's how we get her back?
That's how we get Mama back, that's right.
Okay. I'll fucking do it then, man. I'll do it.
I think Burrows will take him and probably forcefully kind of put him in his chest and give him a hug, bear hug. And
he is like wetting your shirt with the amount of tears that are falling down his face, and he just keeps murmuring into your shirt, mumbling over and over again her name and begging to get her back, and sort of writhing against you.
Yeah, and I think Burrows makes that decision at the last second to tell him that his mother is still alive, because he sees the way he's breaking down, and the death would only make it even more impossible to make him be useful. So very selfishly, I think Burrows just continues the lie that we just have to get Mama safe, and it's going to take time.
That dude, that fucking Jude dude, he told me about that girl at the steakhouse.
Yeah.
We could do fucking something with her, right? They took Mama, we could take her.
Let's not get hasty. You got a good point about her. She might come into play. What I need to know about is their money. Where does their money come from in town? What do they do in town that would hurt them if it got interrupted? Or, I know they're kind of isolated up on that hill, but there's got to be some connection to the town.
Okay.
In fact, better yet, you wouldn't. Never mind.
No, tell me. I want to fucking help. Tell me.
Look, the first time we came across them, we went to their mansion up in the hills out there in the desert, and they were up to something, some kind of freaky shit.
Okay.
I do need to know what ritual it was that they were up to, because we got there late. This is a little bit above your pay grade, so don't sweat too much about it, okay? But if you hear something about Hakata rituals or, strange shit like that,
I'll talk to that weird fuck. That Jude guy seems to know a lot of shit.
Look, Ricky, now's the time to think about getting clean, about getting sober for Mama.
For Mama. Yeah. All I need is you.
That's
You're
right. That's right.
You're right.
All right, where do you want me to drop you off?
Drop me off back home. I want to sleep in our bed.
Good. That's good. And I'll put her in the gear and drop him off at the trailer park.
And you can see him stumble out of Baby Blue. He barely can get his keys out quick enough to get the front door open. In fact, you probably have to get out of Baby Blue to shut and lock the front door after him. But he does indeed crawl into that very far back left room of the stationed trailer foundation house that they share, the 2-bedroom. And he crawls into that familiar bed that you once shared with her. but now he is sprawled, his drunk, high, and now ghouled mind into sprawled the sheets and comforters across his sweating, crying, lost body, as you can sort of look over him before you leave the house and back into Baby Blue.
Yeah, I think I might, before I leave, just kind of grab a piece of her jewelry or something. Maybe she's got a necklace that I got her or something, and I'll probably take it off her little vanity, take it with me, put it in my pocket, and get on my way.
Absolutely. Leaving the house as you get back into Baby Blue, can you give me a wits plus awareness?
That I can. Wits. Should we say that I maybe gained a hunger from his feeding?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So that's wits plus awareness, which is not good for me, I don't think. Oh, no, it's okay. Here we go. 1 success.
1 success. You get back in Baby Blue, and the night is yours.
Yep, I'll head back to the team.
Okay, we are ending the night. I believe that Mal is healing.
Yes, please.
I have some aggravated damage too that I'll heal.
I believe that Burrows is healing. Burrows, I also need to know where you're sleeping for tonight, because we've exhausted some Ravnos locations. We got to make sure you're not sleeping in the same location.
There is a warehouse. No, okay. There's a mortuary that I've got a friend there that I'll stay in one of the coffins that night.
Beautiful, sleeping with a gravedigger. I like it. So anyone who is healing aggravated damage, I believe it is 3 rouse checks to heal 1, and I believe you do that 1 per night. Let's confirm that. You can restore 1 level for 3 rouse checks at the beginning of the next night. Yes, so you can remove 1 level by rolling 3 rouse checks right now. Go ahead, Lev and Serge.
What about, it turns out it's not aggravated, it's superficial for me.
Oh, superficial, you're completely good.
Okay.
You're restored completely.
Okay, so it's just 3. I got 3 successes.
Ooh. 3 successes, you are not hungrier. So you restore 1 aggravated damage, you do not become hungrier because of it.
That's great, because I am at hunger 3.
A traditional rouse check from everyone on whether you become hungrier at the start of the night.
Niles gets hungrier.
Okay.
Burrows gets hungrier.
What if I rolled a skull?
That is hungrier.
But it doesn't... Okay.
No, not on a rouse check.
Great.
Can't
I am at hunger 4,
fail.
though.
Yeah, 4 is bad. You should feed.
Mm-hmm. That means going to the asylum.
If you would like to just make a feeding roll, we don't have to make a scene of it, unless you would like to make a scene of it.
For the purposes of what we're trying to do this episode, probably shouldn't make a scene of it if we can.
Okay, so then go ahead and make me a charisma plus persuasion roll, and we'll see how well
Can I argue etiquette because I have I spend time in the asylum?
Yeah, charisma plus etiquette.
Cool. Two successes.
You meet a bachelorette party, and you get really close with the bride, who talks to you all night about her husband and how excited she is to be married, and how in college she always wanted to experiment. And then within a few hours, you're feeding on her in the restroom of the asylum.
Great.
You slake 3 hunger.
Hell yeah.
Okay, would anyone else like to do a hunger roll just to see if we're capable of killing some hunger?
I'm on 2 hunger, so I'll be okay for now.
Okay.
I'm on 1 hunger right now.
Burrows, you're muted.
All right, 2 hunger.
Okay. Sybil, you're good?
I'm at 3 hunger, but I'm also getting some bags soon, so I'm okay, I think.
Beautiful, beautiful. We'll say that Felix does indeed. You probably wake up to bags, honestly, with as efficient as Felix is.
Okay.
It is Wednesday snack, so they get delivered. We'll consider that you have 3 bags slaking 1 hunger each. Beautiful. It is the new night. Which Elysium team should we start with? Who would like to go first?
I would like to note for the record, Jackie would like to go to both areas, so whoever grabs her first, I think that would be...
We can time it out in such a way that we'll chronologically say that they happen at different times so that Jackie can be at both.
You want to roll for it?
Roll for it.
Let's do rolling.
Sure.
Yeah.
When in doubt, roll for it. Who rolls what?
Let's
Like a
elect
dice pool?
leaders of the 2 Elysium teams, and then
We know Zach's going one place and Amanda's going a different place. So
No, Amanda's coming both places.
so
Yeah.
It's you
Zach,
and Eli.
Zach is Team Camarilla, Niles is Team Anarch.
okay.
Let's
have
go. Let's see.
We'll
That feels
them rollies.
We actually want to roll numerical die because I can do that too.
Let's roll a
Probably
d10.
for the yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
Oh,
Okay. I guess we're starting with the Anarchs.
yeah. Roll the 7.
One.
I was late to meeting Sybil because they're making out with a bachelorette
Yeah.
party in a bathroom and can't tell them.
Oh, Lord.
It is always a good night on Fremont Street in the Strip, and it is no exception at the Belvedere tonight. Niles, Burrows, and Jackie, you arrive at the Belvedere. You notice that there is increased security today. More bouncers, of the mortal variety, you assume. 2 more of them out front, and then a handful of them on the first floor. But walking in, it is, again, that 2-tiered, beautiful, Western-inspired exterior. And inside, that almost lantern-lit vibe and staircase up to the 2nd floor veranda overlooking all of Vegas. You clamber in, and at this point, the 2 of you, not the 3 of you, are known personalities and welcomed within. So much so that Burrows is actually something of a welcome sight, a personality amongst the faces. People are excited to see him. I imagine that people are even trying to get his attention or joking with him already, trying to buy him a drink, whatever it may be.
I think I will kind of casually ask, what's the deal with all the security in that?
One of the bouncers looks to you and says, Ellis is upstairs. He was having a meeting with Lydia. Some of these guys are hers. So then the 3 of you, I assume, are moving up to the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. So up on the 2nd floor, you do find that tonight is a good night to be at Elysium with the Barons, as many of the Barons are in attendance. Ellis is at his usual place in the corner, sort of L booth in the back of the veranda, sitting in that perfect corner with his big furred hunting jacket on, big high Levi's tucked into Vanna, cowboy boots, that hunting knife perched onto his big cowboy belt with a huge buckle. Straight out of Hollywood cowboy. Young, beautiful, rugged. It looks like he had lived a life before becoming cursed. Definitely someone who had been a ranch hand and not just looked like one, but had definitely been loved in his day. Next to him is Hugh, the tatted up EMT that Niles goes home to every night, at his right hand, and they are in whispered conversation as they usually are. Hugh right now is in a leather jacket over some scrubs, as it's clear that he was come from a lamp light shift at the hospital. Also in attendance are the heavy-set, tweed-wearing gentleman, that three-piece suit man that you all know as Dufresne, with the thin wire frame glasses, the middle-parted, thin brown haircut, shaved at the sides and sort of graying at the sides that are shaved. And then Jude as well, the illustrious, mysterious, thin-blooded Baron. All of them seem to be in... And then finally, the subject of conversation, the subject of extra security, Lydia, who all of you have seen before, but only as a subject of antagonism to Ellis, the beautiful platinum blonde, absolute movie star of a woman who, Burrows might recognize, as Burrows is the most well-versed with fame and film, I would say. But definitely has graced movie screens and was big on the indie scene, and was on posters in interviews before mysteriously disappearing, but is now just beautifully poised up here on the Belvedere in a very beautiful black dress. It seems as though they've been holding court for some time, and it's come to a bit of a lull, at which point they have fallen to their own conversations. Lydia with Dufresne, Jude in his own little corner, and Hugh and Ellis with themselves talking with Dufresne. Cool. And you all seem to walk in, and there is a pause as they all sort of look in your direction, and the conversations don't inherently change, but they do draw attention to your presence immediately.
I mean, I think we'll probably err on the side of politeness and let them finish as opposed to kind of butting into their meeting, but certainly, recognize them and follow their lead more than anything.
Yeah, the nature of Elysium is so odd because it is half meeting, half dinner party, because as you make yourselves known, and Burrows, you put a hand up. Ellis does stand up, clap Hugh on the back, and put a hand up to all of you. Say, well, if it isn't our newest transplants come to grace our Elysium with some bright new ideas.
Hello.
We want to introduce you to a new friend of ours, and I'll make way to gesture for Jackie.
Oh, no introductions needed. This is our new Banu Hakim in the city, huh?
Yes, sir, indeed. Jack is gonna. I'll extend my hand out. See if he'll shake it on that.
I've heard some rumors about a new judge coming to town to deliver some, we'll call it frontier justice. And he puts out a hand and he clasps you at the forearm and shakes you with a very sincere handshake and meets your eyes. He has these crystal blue eyes that are almost shockingly ice-like as he meets you. I can't tell you that I'm not nervous that you're here, but maybe this city needs a little bit of extra judicial presence nowadays.
I'm glad we're on the same thinking process. I agree with you too.
Well, I'm Ellis. I'm Baron of Fremont Street. I don't want to say I head up this little organization, but sometimes I speak and people listen. So,
you're definitely one of the people I wanted to at least meet personally and get to know, especially since I've been with Niles and Burrows. They've been really great at kind of get me into all these nooks and crannies in the city.
Oh, really? They've been licking my ass behind the scenes, huh?
Nah, they've been...
Speaking of kicking ass, you heard of what I did to the Hakata?
I may have heard a thing or two through grapevine. I may have heard a few conflicting reports on how a certain duel went through with a pair of barrel-chested, half-naked, horse-drawn men.
I think Burrows will probably retell the story for everyone there, give his side of it, certainly embellish it to favor him. But he's really just looking to kind of entertain everybody, get a smile out of them, and kind of make it. At the end of his story, he's going to impress that he's basically moved on. He feels like he got his satisfaction, and he's going to kind of continue. Oh, everything else that he said there was just kind of showboating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wants to give the impression to everybody there that he's ready to move on.
Could you give me a charisma plus persuasion when it comes to wowing the crowd with this little story here?
Charisma, persuasion. I am absolutely 100% lying about not wanting to destroy the Hecata, so could I add my gaslighting
Absolutely, yeah.
bit? Okay, 6 die. I don't like to roll all my dice at the same time because some of them knock each other out.
I know what you mean.
I just want to point out that you have a specialty in gaslighting, and that's one of my favorite things that you've ever said about John Burrows.
Yes. That's 4 successes.
And I don't even think that Sergio gave himself the gaslighting. I think the book
Yes,
him
the book
gaslighting.
gives it as a cleaver, I think. I got it as a cleaver.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
a Sergio original. That's,
No.
That's World of Darkness,
Damn.
I
baby.
barely know how to roleplay
God
being
bless.
gaslighter.
That was 4 successes, you
You're
said?
doing great,
4.
Sergio.
4 successes. It looks like you're winning the room by all intensive purposes. I am going to take my little coffin, though, and roll for no reason.
I mean, somebody's following me from Ricky's place. I know that for sure. So
I think while Burrows is telling that story, I'm gonna kind of nudge Jackie and be like, the guy in the tweed, that's your guy.
For the one with the just to clarify, the one that was searching for the book.
Yeah, I'll just nod at him.
Excellent. Okay.
You find, Burrows, that the blonde in that little black dress, who is just one of the most gorgeous women you've ever seen in your life. Back in the day, this is a woman that would be on your arm, at least 4 of them. And your wife would be at home and 14. Sorry. But now she's across from you, and she is positively focused, laser focused on your story. In fact, in the entire time that you have held court in this room, and Ellis is laughing at you, and Hugh has put an arm around Niles and stood over by them and is enjoying the story at this point, and Dufresne is even partaking in some of it, and Jude from over in the corner has his arms crossed and is listening intently as you're describing your oiled bodies lifting each other into the ground, and the grenade going off, and the embellishments of everything going on, and the weeping sorrow of having to bury her body afterwards, and all of the disgusting grotesqueness that is Burrows. You can see that she is laser focused on you. And there is this small half smile on her face as her index finger sort of trails the edge of her chin. And you can see that she has a unique awareness that you are complete bullshit. But it doesn't seem that dissuades her. It seems almost as though she is amused by the circumstance.
I mean, if we're both who I suspect we are, I would probably just read that as like, she's on my level. I might even kind of offhandedly just say to her, hey, don't I know you from someplace? And I'll just give her a wink and go back to my story, or engage, but just being flirtatious, like we're on the same level kind of thing.
She looks to you and she does say, I don't think I make the same waves that you do.
Yeah, I think he'll register that. But yeah, I think he's mostly trying to lay the groundwork for the Anarchs to feel like I've gotten out of my system what I needed to in that fight, and I think I'll let Jackie, kind of get some work done. Speaking to Dufresne.
Yes, Jackie wasn't thinking Grace Kelly. Like literally, like kind of looking, like kind of just like that. Like Grace Kelly is in this Maryland. Like trying to figure out maybe who that is, but kind of gets distracted. Jackie's gonna kind of step away because since Burrows got the room, but she will make her way to Dufresne, kind of like in a casual way. But since he's engaged with the story, it's going to like reaffirm anything with. She could be like, "Yep." Wrapped his arms too, like that, kind of bolstering, giving it an extra effect to hopefully get Dufresne's attention, but we'll wait to slide in.
Yeah, if you're sort of feeding details into Dufresne from the side, sort of playing color commentary to the story, yes. Dufresne does lean over to you and he goes, it's the Roman Colosseum, it sounds like, and all the Hecata were playing the pasty-faced Roman emperors waiting for the poor to shed blood for them.
Honestly, I just felt like it was a ridiculous old WWE stupid fest of people just like playing tough guys.
Welcome to the whore Puttanesca. Is there?
Oh, that I will say, Puttanesca has definitely made an impression. He's
It's the only way they know how.
Mm-hmm.
Their bloodline was cursed with stupidity, while the rest of us were cursed with eternal life.
Oh, God. You're not a fan of them, I can tell.
No, I'm not a fan of anyone who spends the rest of their life on vengeance. It's such a pity. I don't know why you spend the rest of your life wasting it on something as small as another person.
Pragmatic. I like that.
Yes, in a word.
So what do you do in the meantime? Like, for you?
Oh, well, I'm bid to do whatever the cowboy tells me. And when he is not...
when we're not on the clock.
I read. Like many people who look like me, I read. I am a fan of what came before us, because all we have is what's in front of us. And that's what everyone before us said.
Respect that.
Thank you. Huh. Your name was Jackie. You're the judge?
Yeah, Jackie Santana.
Good.
And shake your hand.
It's good to meet you.
It's nice meeting you. And you are
Dufresne.
Gotcha. It's nice to meet you personally. No, I can get that. I don't know how much is known. I know there is one Banu Hakim in Camarilla, but we're not just
Idris?
Idris, yes.
I'm aware of him. He runs the private security firm.
Mm-hmm. What I could say is we like to not just, like how you said, useless violence is not all that. Learning, educating, always, and also always looking at any whispers, because whispers turn into truths, and therefore you can reveal a whole bunch of things. So.
Absolutely. What is said in confidence often becomes what is said out loud.
No. It's a question. The Hecata and all that. I've been hearing different rumors and insights into, hold on, pause really quick, above table, I just realized above table, guys. Was there anything you guys, before we discussed that, wanted me to say to Dufresne before? Because I don't want to segue. Sorry.
Yeah, what are we talking to Dufresne about?
Yeah, there was. I remember
Has to do
last.
with the book, right? This book you found,
the
or no?
book. It's the book. It's the book that I took from Hakata, which was what
Right.
he was looking for.
Yeah.
So
I
maybe,
mean, I don't know if we want to outright say that
That's
we
what I say.
have
I don't
it.
want to. No. Okay.
I mean, you could just put the hypothetical. You know, what if I found a book for you?
What would you do for a book if you give a mouse a book?
Oh,
Yeah.
hypothetical book, not a real book.
Thank you. Back to the thing. Below table question now. I appreciate. Interesting. Are you a collector in the mean? I just had a. Since you read a lot, do you collect?
Oh, you could say so. My house is very new to its existence, and so our archives are burgeoning. And so House Ipsimus is notorious for its need to catalog.
Interesting. No, I only say this because Banu Hakim possibly may have heard or became, acquisition a piece of evidence that is very interesting and up your alley.
I can't say that I'm very familiar with your texts. I don't work very often with the Middle East.
It's okay. Something more about the ritual and magic, something about it kind of intriguing where it's just a little locked away. And I know my resources, but it sounds like we could be an alliance, or you might know something that could.
Go
By
ahead
the
and
way-
roll me a manipulation plus subterfuge.
Oh, thank God for that. Jackie's also kind of out of her element, kind of very nervous. Doesn't want to mix this their first big solo type thing. Okay, we roll and 1 success. Oi, willpower. We're doing 2.
Remember, you can use willpower on anything that's not a hunger die.
Yep. 3 successes, thank God.
Worth it.
Yes, it was.
He narrows his eyes down at you. And there's a clear clocking, as though he's picked up on something. But he does speak up. He says, are you being deliberately obtuse, or is there a sentence to follow in which you tell me what you think you have?
I've come in possession of something that I don't quite even understand. Now, there might be a possible collaboration. And I just wanted to see, kind of gauge your interest.
Working with the Banu Hakim, gauging my interest.
See, I'm new in town. I'm looking to establish roots, connections, and why not start off with Anarchs, where honestly you guys at least say what you do and do what you say, and I feel like we could get there's a lot of common ground.
He looks over to the others as there's obvious conversation going on, and the sort of motion has turned to what Elysium usually is this sort of play that everyone puts on. And the play currently is, oh, how charming Burrows is. Oh, how cute he is that he wrestles the Puttanesca, and how silly it is that they think they can fight like this. And Dufresne puts a hand behind your back, not touching, but guiding more, and he steps you away further from the corner that Jude is currently occupying as he sort of sulks, and takes you further from the whole of the conversation. And you feel as though the rest of Elysium falls to silence as the two of you continue the conversation. He says, "Let me be the first to tell you that you're wrong in the assumption that the Anarchs are straightforward. Don't ever trust these people.
Never said there would be trust.
They will act as though they are telling you the God's honest. They will act as though they are the quickest, simplest route to the easiest answer, but it's only because they think they're the better option than the Camarilla. There's no better option. There's only a different answer. Listen, I can help you, but only if you can prove to me that you actually have something of worth. Do me a favor. You think you have something worthy of House Tremere, of House Ipsissimus? Bring it to me. If you have it, give it to me on offer. I will consider it a sign of trust, and we can continue our partnership.
Again, taking your advice into consideration of not pressing everyone, which I agree. Since I haven't been here too long, I've heard a lot of talk. The thing is, talk doesn't mean anything until action. And I agree. I have not shown anything to show on that. Same vice versa. How about, if you will, a middle ground? I will present something, maybe at a future time, maybe not tonight, but soon, if you're willing. But please note, I came to you for collaboration to start a dynamic. I am not in need of you. You are not my only option.
Give me a manipulation plus politics.
Oh, thank God, yes. Rolling another willpower! Because I got 2, but I want this one so bad. Sorry. 4.
He looks to you and he says, the issue with the middle ground is that, as you said, you are new to this place. And so I have leverage. You are leveraging my established presence in this city, my knowledge of the other people in this town, of their relationships, of their powers, of their placements, of everything that I already know, and perhaps already know of whatever it is you think you can bring to me. The problem is that I don't actually need anything from you. So, you can bring it, drop it at my doorstep. I can tell you whether it's a book or it's bullshit. And we can be friends. Or we can go our separate ways. I think that I've given you a very honest option in a place where that would not be offered. Very simply.
That I can 100% agree. I would like to shake his hand. I do want to let it be known, though, that I am purposely going with my nail. I will kind of poke my hand to have a little bit of my blood, because I want a little bit of my blood to just like a little, not even barely, to when I shake my hand, just so it can connect, so he can just touch it. That's it.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a dexterity plus stealth roll.
Okay. Okay.
And we're going to break out the coffin for this one.
Yes, we are. Oh, and I also have, forgive me, what it's called, like ingenuine, or basically I look very completely innocent and blameless. Basically,
Ingenue?
ingenue, where I'm looking like I'm having true good intentions and I'm not giving it away, and then I can add 2 dice to that roll.
Okay.
Okay. Oh no. We'll just... Okay. I had to burn a willpower, but I have a 6 success.
You're just putting your own blood and your palm into his.
Yeah, like literally a speck, or maybe like a fingertip, like one of those, just like a little cut and nail, just so I marked him with that.
You put out your hand to
Mhm.
shake his, and he goes in to take it. And just before he takes your palm, you can see the flick of his nostril.
Yeah.
And his eyes flare as he looks at you, and he says, "You understand that any attempt of blood ritual would be a disruption of Elysium in front of 6 barons, correct?" Not the best move for someone brand new to the city, especially someone so revered as a judge of the Banu Hakim. Should we have a discussion with Ellis? Or perhaps I should just find you in the street later. Or maybe you should apologize now.
Okay. And that's ooh, that kind of gets her a little mad too. Okay. Jackie, I am sincerely apologize for my misconduct. She'll button up her jacket, like kind of tight. We should talk again. And then we'll turn and walk away. If he follows me, that's fine. It's for the best right now.
Dufresne comes back and joins the group, but immediately, even as Burrows is sort of charming the crowd, and the two of you, Niles and Burrows, are enjoying the crowd, and Jackie sort of slinks off, Dufresne comes back in, goes straight to Lydia, and whispers something into Lydia's ear. Lydia looks shocked, returns his gaze, furrows her brow, takes a look in Jackie's direction, then back to Dufresne. Then she moves to Alice, says, "I'm so sorry, Alice. It looks like we're going to have to end our night early. It's been such a pleasure holding Elysium with all of you, and it's been so lovely seeing the newest members of the Anarch territories and their presence here at Elysium." And she makes calculated contact with each of you, eye contact. It's clear that they are going to make a firm impact on our politics here within the city. I wish you the best with the Pudanescas, Burrows. And if
The
you ever
who?
have,
Oh, I'm done with those folks. Don't you worry about them.
of course, if you ever have need, you come by the college and you see me personally, we'll discuss.
I hope to do that.
Jackie's gonna go to Burrows and be like, ask about plans.
Yeah. It's almost like a slow motion for Burrows, where he's making the crowd laugh. They're all laughing in slow motion. He sees Dufresne and Jackie come over, and he can just tell on Jackie's face something has gone wrong. And he's kind of like taking everybody in. And I don't know, I think there's a part of Burrows that realizes in order for this plan to work, he needs the people who are most obviously close to him as ignorant as possible about what's happening. So I actually think Burrows realizes in that instant the Anarchs are not our lead when it comes to anything to do with the heist. Now, as to do with Jackie's plan, the problem is that if I say, hey, can I have the plans to the silver dollar, and then a week, 2 weeks later, the silver dollar is hit up.
But Ellis knows about the silver dollar.
Ellis does know, so I think we should, yes, that's fine. I think maybe what we'll try to do is get Ellis away from everybody to bring up.
Yeah.
Because I still think it's okay if Ellis takes the silver dollar. Who cares who takes the silver dollar? We just need to knock it up, and I would love as much as possible for the Pudinescas to be implicated. So then I guess, yeah, as soon as we're alone with Ellis, when we find the time, I think I'll bring up to him with Jackie and Niles nearby.
Now's about the time. It's the three of you, Hugh, Ellis, and Jude in the background. So everyone involved has an awareness of the silver dollar.
Hey, listen, man, you know about that job. You know
which one? You guys got a lot of balls juggling.
You know, the thing that werewolves hate. You know, I'll kind of like gesture towards like some kind of metal.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
So listen, you know what would make our life a lot easier is if you think we could get some hands on a map or a blueprint of that place.
Floor plans.
Floor plans, yeah.
Oh hell, yeah, I could probably get you that. It's a shame Lydia's the one that could have got you that. She just left. Here's shooting. I'll give her a call. See if I can get you those plans. We'll see if we can get through to the city of Las Vegas, get some copies.
You think it would be worth it for us to go talk to Lydia ourselves and make a good impression?
Oh, by all means, Lydia's she's essential if you're going to be in this part of town. She's a hard case, and she's a second in town. I mean, if I wasn't here, it'd be her. I am here, and it's her. She's a scary one, so it's good to know the scary ones. So it'd be a good thought to be in her good graces, and she can get you the plans.
Jackie, what do you think? You think we should go straight to her and let Ellis pertain to more important business?
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't worry your head about it, Ellis. We'll get it from her.
Okay, I don't mind. I mean, it's a quick ask for me. We do plenty of fighting ourselves, so it'd be no problem.
I look at Jackie and I can tell we need to do some damage control, and I feel like doing it with her in person is better.
Yeah. No.
So you're finally going after the silver dollar, huh?
Looking forward to when a real man knows how to run the place. I'll give him a wink.
Yeah. That's a hell of a thing, right? You're going from putting down Champagne Pudinesca and picking up Lucius. It's a hell of a switch of an antagonist there.
What do you know about Lucius? What do we need to know?
Oh, he's a fucker. I mean, he's old Ventru. He's got lineage up the ass. He goes on forever. He's old blood. About as classic as you can get with those Excel sheet motherfuckers. He runs a lot of Vegas. He runs their Elysium, owns about half of South Vegas. He was the one that arranged for the property for Aloysius to take over in the South when he immigrated into the city. And he was, the fucker I chopped off his head, he was his favorite.
How's he involved with the Hecata? Anything?
Lucius?
Yeah.
None that I know of. If he's doing any private dealings, it's not something that's known. Trust me, if I could get some hands on those juicy details, I'd be using them against him. No, Lucius is his own vehicle. The problem is he runs his own empire. He doesn't need anybody like the Hikata. He loves that child of his, though. The one that runs up the silver dollar. He's real attached. Adon.
Adon. Anybody got any other questions?
I'm an open book here. I mean, me and Hugh, we've been here a lot longer than y'all, so we got the lay of the land.
Well, go ahead,
I
Jackie.
mean-
You got something to say?
Oh, I didn't want to interrupt, but yes, would love to know more lay of the land, but I'm backing off.
What do you want to know, kid? I'll help you out.
What do you know more about the Puttanesca specifically?
Well, I know they're named for the whores, not the pasta dish.
Mhm.
I know that they're a big old crime family. That's how they got started in Nevada anyways. I mean, they've been here almost as long as I have. Got in with the 60s when Vegas was mostly mafia. So they've been indebted to the city for a very long time.
You think they own property?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, heavy into the casino scene. I mean, they run quite a bit of the money that runs through. I mean, I don't know how much of that still lives on that side because they run anti-tribu. I mean, they're not Camarilla, they're not Anarchs, so their business, not mine. It's hard to find. But the Puttanescas have hands in just about anything that makes money, and the casinos have been making money since the 60s. So I wouldn't doubt it that they've been running something.
Reason is, I believe after witnessing, I offered my services to Burrows to help ratify some justice that unfortunately was.
Well, it's my understanding that Burrows gave it up on the Puttanesca, so I think that's a dead lead at this point, isn't it?
Oh yeah. We're just
Yeah.
asking questions,
No.
you know.
Yeah, just getting the lay of the land.
Just to clarify to make sure everything doesn't blow up even more.
Yeah. We wouldn't want that with you guys.
Thank you for your time. I don't want to take up your whole evening.
Hey, I got the rest of my life.
We'll let you know when the thing happens.
Yeah, you pull that trigger so Sylvie can get off my fucking ass and sit in that casino and shut his damn mouth.
Is Niles here, by the way? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if you were in the corner or something like that. I'm gonna politely just walk towards Niles, like I don't want to let you two wrap up.
Yeah, I think I'm done too. I think it's a bad idea to invest them in this.
No.
So I actually think we have to do something where the Anarchs feel that we were not the ones that were able to complete the job. Like, I kind of feel like, especially with this feeling that like he's probably being followed, Burrows, we might want to play that they got word of this before we were going to do it, and they did it instead of us, kind of a thing. You get what I'm saying? The Puttanescas heard about what we were planning and took the job from us, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, I got that. I like that.
The Anarchs are aware that we're going to do this, so we have to spin it in a way that makes sense. Anyway.
No, I like it. Yep.
Yeah, unless Niles has more business, I think we're kind of done what we need to do here.
I think the only thing I need to do is just thank Ellis for the gift he gave me earlier, a few weeks back. Haven't had a chance to do that.
Yeah. You know what? I've been meaning to talk to you about it anyways. Burrows' jacket. Do you mind taking a walk? Thanks. Appreciate it. And once the two of you are out of earshot, and it's just Alice and Hugh, he kind of turns on his knee, and it becomes this bizarre sort of trio that the three of you are sitting in this booth, where Hugh is in the corner. Or I'm sorry, Ellis is in the corner, arm around Hugh, and then Hugh next to you, impossibly close to the three of you. And you can tell that Ellis is extremely comfortable with Hugh in this regard, and Hugh the same. And Ellis is sort of like man spread on the subway on that booth in front of you, but just sort of measuring you up for a moment, Niles, making you sit in this awkward sort of tense silence as he watches intently as the others leave. And he just starts to nod at you. So you found it?
Yeah. Followed your instructions to the T.
Good. You been drinking?
I have.
Keeping yourself fed?
As fed as I can be. Running with... Points over to the door where Burrows and Jackie left.
Yeah. I can imagine there is something sort of a flight risk when it comes to operating.
For now and again,
You've been telling me that you've been operating quite a bit lately.
It's picked back up since the summer cooled off, but with everything going on, yeah.
You can see that Hugh is noticeably quiet in the presence of Ellis. It's always sort of like this. It's the way that a bodyguard will get around his target, but even more so with the proximity of the three of you here. It's almost like Hugh's personal life is now blending in with this bizarre boss-father relationship, and you can see that Ellis's hands sort of grip the outside shoulder of Hugh's shoulder and kind of massage in, not intimidatingly, but almost like lovingly, like this slow massage into Hugh's shoulder as he talks to you idly. Yeah, he's been saying you've been really burning the midnight oil. and I guess the midnight flesh, is, if that corporate park off the south of Vegas is to be believed.
Yeah. Just satisfying both sides to keep in the good graces of the prince.
Yeah, you took down that Lamia, which I think is some good points on the board.
Mm-hmm.
What did the Camarilla think of that? You get a chance to...
I think some of the rest of the coterie is gonna go talk about that and
Good.
see
Because
where that
the
lives.
sooner we can get them on our side on that bit, if it's major points for all y'all as watchmen, right? You come back, you say this rogue entity out there, you took it out, right? You cut the snake's head off, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
From my understanding, it would put us back in their good graces since that little stumble before the summer.
That's good, Niles. That's good. You keep that up, yeah? Maybe you ought to be there when they talk about it. I like when you're in the room, Niles.
Okay. I think Jackie needed to go, so I guess I can go with them.
Yeah, good. In fact, make it a point that you're in the room when they tell them. And tell the sheriff when you do it.
Okay.
And see if maybe they got something else for you. Okay? Anything we can do to make them love you. You still been working with Cisco? I know you were working with him over the summer.
Yeah, since the coterie picked up, I've been a little sparse, but Cisco hasn't been in need of me. But I can check in with Cisco when I'm there.
At your own pace. Don't think you got to do anything that I'm forcing you to. You know, you do this at your own pace. You're doing good, Niles.
Okay.
I know you had a little setback. You're gonna set it right with the silver dollar thing, and I know y'all are a wild card, but hell, I love a wild card. That's why I reward you. That's why I keep you fed. That's why I take care of both of you. You know.
Yeah.
You two,
yeah.
you're like family.
I'm like looking over at Hugh while he's saying that.
Hugh is tense but comfortable. Like, it's very clear that Hugh is trying to communicate to you that this is a very good thing, that Ellis is treating you well, and this is the best case. But, you know, as well as he can do that without overstepping his means. And he is sort of as small as he can, putting his hand just above your knee and holding on to you. And Ellis continues, he says, I got one more thing for you, okay?
Sure.
I think you're gonna like it, but I don't like it, but I think you're gonna like it, okay?
Okay.
We got a problem, okay? I think you heard that there's 2 tribes of Gangrel in the city.
Yeah, from my understanding.
There's Sylvester, that you're already helping out. And then there's the Red Rock tribes out west. Well, they don't call on us much. Can barely even call us one of us. It's a wonder that they're us at all. But we got word just recently. Call out to my people through my network. I got a couple of ranchers that keep eyes on me out in the meadows. One of my ranchers came back and told me that they made contact. The Red Rock tribe is being hunted.
By what?
By whites. And it's hard to explain. The number that we're seeing from them is unexplainable. Listen, a vampire goes without feeding long enough, it becomes that. It loses itself. The curse becomes the only thing it is. The frenzy takes over, and all it is the fire. The soul warps, and the humanity dies, and you can watch the person you knew fall away like ash after wind over a house fire. I've seen it before, and it's like nothing you've ever seen. And it happens out there. It's hard to travel, especially in Nevada. Las Vegas, the only civilization we got. How are you supposed to sleep in the desert? How are you supposed to eat? There's no one but you. But they're coming in numbers. And with calculation. Mindless savages attacking with strategy. And I don't know why. And I want you to find out. Just go look. Scout it out. Take that bird of yours. Take that other gangrel of yours. See if you can teach her something.
Okay. I can do that for you.
I know you can. That's why I asked. I would have asked Burrows, but he'd just blow everything up.
Yeah. That's kind of his MO.
Okay, kid. You're doing good.
Thank you.
Stay alive.
I'll try.
Okay. And he gets up and he claps your leg twice in a very dad-like show of intimacy. And he stands up, he stretches his back out and everything, and he gives a nod to Hugh, and he steps out of Elysium. Is there anything else that the Anarch team would like to accomplish here at Elysium?
No.
Okay. All right. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to return for the Camarilla Elysium team, which I now realize is almost all of you. So if Burrows, if you want to come too, you're more than welcome to at this point. Okay, we're going to take like a 5-10 minute break, who knows, and then we'll be right back. We'll knock out that Camarilla Elysium, and then next session, we're going to be all heist all the time, baby. Let's go.
Yes.
We are at... Whoa!
Whoa.
You okay, buddy?
I am. Yeah, my light just decided to fall. Are we good? Do I look
You look
okay?
good, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. Do we see me okay? Am I in frame?
Yes, you are in frame.
Awesome. We are at the Echelon Casino, or at least what is the foundation of the Echelon Casino, what passes for Camarilla Elysium. And you are all carrying yourselves up the many, many flights of stairs, up the concrete floors, with that beautiful sight of Vegas out there, with the full moon rising later in that same night. And eventually you arrive at that glass hallway over which you can see the full drop to the bottommost floor of the Echelon, into the suspended club that houses Elysium for all of the Camarilla inside. The club Echelon tonight is not nearly as lively as the Anarch Elysium. Tonight there are but 3 individuals from the Camarilla in attendance. You have Prince Aloysius seated in his usual booth in the far end. You have Slow Ladislav Zabo, who is posted up by the bar with many of his blood dolls housed around him. And then finally, you are treated by a rare appearance of Emmerich, the Malkavian, who is standing, comparative to the last time you saw him. The old crypt keeper that he is walking with a cane today. But comparative to the last time you saw him, he is completely bald, and his eyebrows have been shaved off completely. It seems that since you last saw him, he has contracted alopecia.
Of course.
But that is the 3 you're working with. I'm sorry, as well as Sheriff Cisco. So the 4 of them is what you're working with. Slow, Prince Grant, Sheriff Cisco, and Emmerich. I will leave the Elysium to all of you. It seems as though Grant has been working himself in the far booth with Emmerich. They seem to be in conversation. Slow himself has been feeding off of a blood doll and in close conversation with them. It seems as though slow conversation has ended. Maybe someone has just left, as Elysium is very light tonight. And Sheriff Cisco is sharpening that large blade of theirs in the other corner of the bar.
Look at Sybil.
Yeah.
Yeah, is
Everyone just
everyone
kind of
here?
swivels.
Yeah, we're just saying that everybody's here. It doesn't make sense to leave Burrows out of it.
Cool.
Sybil, do you mind doing introductions for me?
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Is
want?
this the first time you've been here?
Yes.
Is this the first time?
Yes.
Not at all.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
Let's do that. Come with me. And this is the first. I don't think Sybil's ever grabbed someone's hand in the coterie before, but this is the level of nervousness because you've been here for a few days and are about to participate in some shit, and you haven't met the prince yet. So
I'm gonna allow it, and I'll be like, okay, just like.
with me.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I don't have anything inspiring to say.
That's okay.
We can do this, everyone.
I will
We're-
just.
Yeah.
I will just not do what I did earlier. Yes, I'm together.
I would say not. But can we see the people that are attending Elysium right now before we walk in?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? That's it. Yes, I have an in with Slow and Emmerich, and you'll find out who they are. So I would say treat them very gently, but also the prince and the sheriff could kill us at any time. So it's the same for them as well.
Also, don't comment on Emmerich's anything.
Yes.
Anything.
Got it.
There's a lot of things wrong with him, and none of them we're allowed to talk about.
We just ignore all of that.
And I mouth to Jackie, and they might not even be real. We don't know.
Got
I do not whisper it. I mouth it, turned away from everyone.
it. Okay.
Yeah. That's it. Anarchs are bad here. Clinch your
We're all-
assholes. We're gonna be fine. I let everyone into the Elysium.
Walking in, is there anyone in particular you're moving towards first?
This is pulling at my Baptist heartstrings, but I'm gonna give honor to God and the Lord of this house, Prince Aloysius Graham,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna go to Slow, because that's
Okay.
my boss, Emmerich and Cisco in that order.
Okay. So as all of you approach Prince Aloysius Grant, this is the first time seeing him since the blood hunt on your friend and the time that he called for your potential deaths if you could not produce evidence that this was a false accusation. And so perhaps the air is tense. But as he looks up from his work with Emmerich, he does furrow his brow and slit his eyes in surprise as he sees all of you approach. But he does clap his hands together and move out from behind the bar and out to all of you, or out from behind the booth and out to all of you. He is shorter than Ellis, dark-skinned, incredibly dark-skinned, with these tight black curls that are pomaded in very tight to his face tonight. A very neatly trimmed black beard, heavy on the mustache. Neatly trimmed and catered eyebrows that have been slit twice on the right brow. He's wearing white eyeliner tonight that highlight his golden eyes. I mean, shining eyes. They are radiant and almost shoot rays out at you as you are looking. It is hard to look anywhere other than directly at Aloy's eyes. He is wearing a full coat and tails tonight, a 1920s glam, beautiful navy blue suit with black loafers to match, or shoes to match. Perfect white gloves as well, and this very large tan overcoat that is furred, but counter to Ellis's furred hunting jacket. This is the illustrious furs of a man who has known lavish living for a very long time. He wears this long, tight tie under those coattails, and he looks very pleased but perplexed to see all of you. And he comes out and stands before all of you and waits for all of you to make introduction before he gives any word.
Nice trim, Aloysius.
Thank you very much, Burrows. It's good to see you again.
I'll give him a very respectful bow.
Before we begin, Prince Aloysius, this is our new friend, Jackie. and just gestures, pushes you forward just a little bit to where you're at the same line with them.
I am gonna go ahead and just bow my head a little bit, like an acknowledgement, like, hello, Jackie Santana.
He steps up to you. He extends out his hand, and he looks down at you. He says, "May I?" He takes your hand and he reaches down and he kisses the top of your palm and he meets your eyes with his golden.
Mm-hmm.
And as he meets your eyes, he speaks and he says, "I trust you got my gift basket."
Which?
To your home?
Yes. What was that? Buff table. Caleb, what was it? What are we talking about?
When you first arrives at your new place, you'll remember that a very well-dressed valet dropped off a series of gifts.
Gotcha. Thank you.
With a letter.
I did. Thank you very much. It was perfect.
It's not often that I'm visited by Banu Hakim royalty. I thought to make sure that your attendance in my city was well received. And please, if there is anything I can do to assist whatever it is that you are doing here in the city, just know that I am at your service as much as you are at mine. You and I can work together.
Well, Prince, that I'm very happy to hear that, and I'm glad that we can at least start a very good partnership, because I think there's a lot of potential.
Listen, I have a great respect for your clan, for your people. Idris himself has been a great benefit to me and my establishment. The Ivory Tower has benefited far, far too much from your involvement. And I think with your continued support that we can find a place for another judge.
That's interesting. Well, I look forward to seeing where we go. For sure, absolutely.
Perhaps you could give me some insight into what it is you're doing here in the city. I was only told that you would be visiting the meadows, not exactly what you would be planting here.
I'm here to kind of do a little bit of kind of a look around to see what, especially when I'm not to these people. As you can tell, that ruffled not just probably a couple feathers here, but that had a rippling effect all the way where I was from. So they wanted me to kind of get to the bottom of why they made such a ruckus.
She's our old ball and chain.
A little look around. I sense there has to be so much more to that story, but who am I to draw that out of you so early?
No.
I know what it is to wine and dine.
I was going to say, have you, since you know actually of a little bit of, kind of a lot more than others around here, have you been in the Middle East recently?
No.
It's a shame. It's beautiful.
There is a certain conflict keeping me from there. Not quite so old that I'm feeling it yet.
We hope you never feel it.
Exactly.
So sweet. Good to see you again, Sybil.
Of course.
I've been told that your silver tongue saved you from a thorough thrashing. Isn't that right, Slow? Looks over to Slow and back to you.
Yes. We smoothed over some edges with this coterie, but we are on our way to bigger and better things.
Some edges, yes. Two notably shaped edges. I believe one of those edges is still alive, if I'm to be not mistaken.
I believe so. However, she's on a different journey, and what's important to recognize is that this coterie is here now.
Oh yes, I consulted with Ferdinand, and after some soul searching, I discovered that some clemency involved was only fitting. I've decided that whatever grudge we had between myself and her is It's not worth it. She was young. Besides, I think the other one was the issue anyways. We took care of that. And now we can all get on to better business so long as we can all behave ourselves.
Well, you know, that's what we're good at, right?
Yes. So I've heard, Burrows. So I've heard.
He will. I think he infers that might have to do with the Puttanescas. He's actually going to keep his mouth shut.
Yes, but we did want to formally report that, as promised, the issue of the Lamia has been handled. And the price has been paid, as it were.
He looks directly to Cisco in the corner, and Cisco has sort of perked up as this conversation has started, and he nods to Cisco, and Cisco nods back, and he speaks in their direction and says, good, that's one thing off of our plate. Do you think that you could relay that message? And Cisco nods and begins to leave the room. That is lovely news. I wish I could have known it sooner, but I can't fault you for telling me when you did. The Lamia, did they have direct connections with the Hecata in the hills?
Well,
Yes. Yes, they did. It was one of the last things they admitted before we blew them away.
yes.
Burrows.
Yes, indeed. Yes, they did. Thank
Man,
you.
I love you, Sergio.
Could you make a manipulation plus subterfuge?
I'm so glad.
This is where
Immediate
I take
no hesitate.
over
Work.
Amanda's embarrassments.
We're
Yes.
You know what? I did that at the Anarchs. You do that here. It's like it feels right.
Once again, you said it's a charisma,
Manipulation subterfuge. Good try.
manipulation, subterfuge.
Oh, what?
you gotta play the game.
Yeah, that's
Time
not good.
to play the game.
Not good. I'm going to re-roll. Yes, 4.
Okay, 4
It's the
successes.
best I could manage. Yeah.
See if you can outwit
Against
the
Daddy
prince.
Prince.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
He didn't
Well,
roll it in the
he's-
coffin, though, so...
He's inclined to believe you, so no need for coffin. He looks to you and he says, do you think that this was a calculated plot on their behalf, or is the Lamia an outlier?
I mean, Prince, you know everything in town. You know I just had a run-in with them myself. I mean, I wouldn't trust that Puttanesca meatball as far as I could throw them. They didn't mention anything about being, part of a greater scheme, but I wouldn't put it past them either.
Oh, this has nothing to do with the Puttanescas if this has anything to do with the Hecata. The Puttanescas
That's
are
what I meant, the Hecata.
Pawns. Champagne Puttanesca couldn't plan his way out of a paper bag. No, this is absolutely something the Hecata would put together, though. So you believe this to be a plot that they put together? That they're making calculated attacks on what? The Nosferatu? They want Bugsy out of the city?
I'll look to my other allies in case they have any brighter ideas as I continue to ramble. But, I mean, your guess is good as mine, Prince. And actually, I'd say your guess is way better than mine. You know a lot more than I do. Folks, what do you think?
No.
I think that there's always been fear about the Nosferatu being an underutilized resource, and I believe that this was the Hecata's attempt at exploring that. But they needed control first.
What are you implying?
I'm implying that it's... Sometimes people are afraid when they can't see all the pieces moving at once, and the Nosferatu move in the dark.
So you believe the Hecata thought that of my vast empire, the Nosferatu were the scariest part?
More like probably, in their opinion, easiest to manipulate.
The most neglected.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the neglected, right. Well, we've been down there. Well, we've seen what they got to deal with. If you need a liaison or if you feel like you need somebody to talk to, Bugsy, we got a good relationship with him. We want to strengthen up all parts of your empire.
Jackie's gonna pat Burrows, just like,
I'll keep that in my back pocket. No part of me wants to go down there and soil my boots. Besides, Bugsy has a particular feeling when it comes to my leadership.
Yes.
Many believe that they should be sitting where I am.
And that is something that anyone could exploit if they view it as a weakness, which we understand all here that it's not, but it could be interpreted that way.
think of them as trying to see where the weakness in a potential fence are.
A vibe check, my liege.
So the Hikata are checking for chinks in my armor.
Yep.
To prepare for what? War?
If they got
Maybe-
no sense in them, jeez.
Maybe not war.
And this ritual,
Smaller.
did you ever discover the effects?
No, we got there late. Who would we want to talk to if we did want to find out more about what it was?
The Hikata.
Hmm.
Which apparently you've made many friends.
Yeah, let's just say I'm probably not a good use to deal with them for a while.
You've given me a lot to think about, and if any of this is true, then it means that war may be on my doorstep. And with the dead, it's not anything that I would have wished for anyone, but if it's nothing I can help, then I at least know where I should be targeted. Cisco will make some prods, see if any of this has merit. And if it does, your coterie will be rewarded for its wisdom. Good. This was good. This was all you came for.
I won't lie, a little bit is I kind of dragged I've been wanting to come personally meet, and
You're
Sybil
very
has
sweet.
oh no, and Sybil's mentioned basically how I should have been here sooner and follow their lead. Yeah.
I did take it as a slight that it has been so many days that you've been living in this city and you didn't think to come see me, but consider it an act of, again, clemency.
I would
Right.
say, and truly no disrespect, it is very, I would say, kind of falling into this coterie has definitely put me in a little bit of a whiplash of catching up and shenanigans, if you will. And for that,
Yes. Well, should you ever want to learn the rest of Vegas, Elysium is here at your disposal. Wouldn't hurt
I
to
will.
help the others of the Ivory Tower.
I would love to come. I think I will stop by very soon. I'll see you again very soon.
Good. And make sure that the others do well to teach you the rules of this place. I would hate for you to lose your head because of something you didn't understand.
Let's just say cultural misinterpretation, and that's meant no ill will. But yes, noted.
Good. Well, it was lovely to see all of you, and if any of this has any meat, we'll be seeing each other again. I hope it's not like the last time I was told we had a lead.
Of course not.
Good.
Actually, I was hoping to speak with Slow for a moment, if you don't mind the intrusion.
By all means, I have work to do if this is true. And he steps away.
Okay. Sybil's gonna turn around and head towards the bar.
Good. Is everyone following for slow, or is it just a Sybil game? Okay, cool.
I will follow Sybil beforehand. Is this contact with what you were talking about with food bagging?
Yes.
Okay. I'll let you talk, but I would like to discuss further because I'm.
Do you want to
use?
Yes. Oh, yes. That's wonderful. We can do that. Yes, of course. Actually, and as we get to slow, were they banging? Even if you weren't, I would like to personally introduce you to my friend, Jackie Santana.
As you grab Slow's attention, Ladislav turns on his heels and looks to you and becomes immediate. Oh, Sybil, my darling. And he comes in and gives you the largest, sort of looming, bony hug, and then turns out away from you and then turns to Jackie as you introduce her. It is an honor to meet you, my dear. My name is Ladislav Zebo. It is my great duty to act as the harpy of this beautiful ivory tower, and I sit at its top and I view its beautiful horizons from afar. And now you join its landscape, so close and yet so far. A dot amongst pointillism. It is beautiful to meet you. And he puts out his hand.
I will give my hand out and I will shake it as well.
What is it that brings you to the meadows? You, the small one.
Jackie was at first like, "Wait, are you talking to me?" And yes,
you, the new one.
I was told to come out to Vegas because and I'm gonna point to Sybil and all this is. Vegas has become a very interesting place for the Banu Hakim to look, and just having me go out and kind of set roots.
Uzma of South Africa.
Yeah.
Your sire, yes.
Uzma is my sire, yes. And I will straighten up a little bit more at that, yes.
Long conversations we have had, that one. He is an interesting individual.
Yes, sir, he is.
When he had told me that he had taken a new promised one, I was doubtful of his decision. He does not pick lightly. I was unsure. His last I had grown so fond of. But you? Oh. Perhaps some promise after all. Now we are on to business, all of you. Clearly you come with purpose. It is not often we talk here in Elysium. This group, it is a welcome sight. Many here, they talk, they chirp in Ladislav's ear. They speak to me of all of you. Is the pet project. Is the dog gone awry, pissing on carpet. But they are wrong. They see a lack of potential, but it is misdirected with proper practice. It is appropriated correctly.
I appreciate somebody who's got a vision, who sees that we've got some use in us.
We're actually glad that you said that. We're here preemptively, preventatively, in some measures, I think.
It is a good chess player that prepares for the next move.
We have a feeling.
He begins just very subtly touching at Burrows' cheeks, playing at the cheekbones.
Excellent.
He has these long, pointed, sharpened nails. They're pretty and manicured, but they're very sharp, and he's just kind of glazing around as he speaks to Sybil, making direct eye contact with Sybil.
Yeah.
Please continue.
We have a feeling that that there are some groups that are not interested in the Camarilla's success that are about to make a move
Yes.
very soon. We would like to apprehend that move, but we need some help.
You are making moves against the enemies of the Ivory Tower. You will have to be more specific.
The unaligned, the independent free agents.
The anti-tribu, they are an interesting element of a city that has lived longer than the tower has lasted. This is a new organization. This building reflects our organization well. Half built, with plenty of views of the future, but none of lasting impression. The anti-tribu have been here longer. Depending on which direction you fire your arrow, it is possible you hit the castle walls and not flesh. Where is it that you aim?
Well, we're still figuring that part out. We're in the investigating stages now, but we're hoping to do some work when Club Canaan opens in a few weeks.
Oh, the gift! You are finally opening your beautiful gift.
Yes.
This is wonderful news to see this property put to good use.
Yes.
I was beginning to think I would only ever see security fences.
No. The opening night is coming soon. You are absolutely invited. The system is absolutely invited to run there should they see interest in
So then my withered mind, it is split in many ways. Voices call me in directions unknown at any given moment, and so perhaps I miss connections between ulterior topics. What then does shooting at the anti-tribu have to do with the opening of a club?
We need an alibi.
I see.
And I think the reason Sybil's being coy is we want to keep you as much out of the fallout as possible. We just need we just need someone to trust that will say that we were with you on that
You
night.
need someone who will agree to something without knowing what they are agreeing to.
Knowing that it's for a good cause and a hell of a good time.
I do love a hell of a good time. So I am to attend the opening of a new club,
Yes.
and I am to...
Confirm that we were all there.
I will greet you myself.
I see. And this is the extent to this boon?
That's all we need from you, yeah. And in exchange, you can have whatever you want from us.
Whatever.
You can sharpen us.
I shrink. I like pull Niles into the shadows a little bit as he says that, just like out of eye line.
Your friends, they shudder at your lips. They don't like what you say, but they realize, well, what they don't realize is that when you speak to people like me, whatever you want is all you can offer. You're smart to offer everything you have. Sometimes it is all I will take.
I'll amend it to say you can have whatever you want from me. They can stand for themselves. But you do this for us, you got me in your pocket.
I will not take much, but I do have an ask. It will come after the fallout of this boon. You will report to me, and you will find an answer I have been seeking.
That doesn't sound too bad.
It is not. But in a sense, the fate of the meadows falls in your hands.
All right.
I think I know what he's talking about. He's looking for a door.
Okay.
Well, we will burn that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One bridge at a time.
I
So-
lean into Niles. Oh, sorry.
I think that what we are negotiating is considered to be a major boon. We would consider a minor, but considering that I am negotiating without understanding what I am putting to stake, we are raising the bet.
If possible,
All things are possible.
I can say if it gives you some easement, and Zama, if you need me to, I was about to say, if you need a judge to look into anything in particular for you, I can help give you assistance in something.
Unfortunately, much of what I do requires its own process of justice. No, I sense I will need something much different from all of you. But still,
Yeah.
consider this boon granted. As long as you prepare an invitation worthy of inviting the Ladislav Zabo, I will be in attendance at the newest club in the Naked District. And I will be naked as the day I was born.
That's not actually part of it, but if you'd like to, that's
It
fine.
is not.
No, it is.
You-
It's definitely part of it.
Clothing is embraced. But okay, thank you.
Of course.
I think Burrows will just like make a point where he is repulsed by Laz Slow, but he will make a point to like shake his hand and let him be creepy and touch his face. He needs
Yeah.
this food.
Yeah, Slow, takes his hands and does, get overly touchy with the handshake and probably does the same with anyone who will allow him. And does
Yes.
give you another little bony hug, Sybil. It's loving, there's affection there, for sure. And it seems that he's very amicable to helping all of you. From what you all can tell, although he is Toreador, so who can ever trust them? But he seems on your side.
Okay.
And they always seem on our side.
Yeah.
And
Is there anything else we'd like to accomplish here?
did
Or
we want to stop by Emmerich or anything? Nope. That's why I
I
thought.
don't.
I don't like him, and I don't want to talk to him.
Is Cisco
but
still here?
Cisco left with the prince.
Okay,
They just were told that the Hikata are planning a war against them.
cool. Then I'll
Awesome.
touch base with Cisco another time.
Damn, I gotta admit, we barely had to say anything. The prince was already there. This is great.
yes,
Just had a
that's
little push. Now we're gonna give it another little push, and shit's gonna get rolling.
I
Please
lean
push.
over into Niles and I go, how come when you and I say stuff that's true, everyone assumes that we're fucking lying or everything goes to shit? But when fucking Burrows does it, it's fine.
I wasn't made to be liked.
period.
Holy shit!
It's true.
Mal
It's
just
never,
kinda
it rarely happens.
Oh, I wasn't made to be liked.
It's important to know yourself.
Shit, man.
Exactly.
That's a
Whoa.
t-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, we know the quote of season 2.
What's it made? Yeah, Mal doesn't know what to say that and just kind of just stands like, what?
The end of the day.
I think with that beautiful quote, I wasn't made to be liked, we will leave this group in Elysium with the express purpose of finding the plans to the casino and running it over next session in 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for staying with us.
Holy shit.
Sticking us out. Another great Elysium session. I always love these. Thank you guys. That was awesome. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for our last session of 2024.
Yep, last one for now.
Yeah, for now. We'll be back in January, of course. In February, of course. Excuse me. But yeah, see you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys.